channel. If you're new here, you're very much welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, please continue sharing, continue to comment, continue liking my videos. I really appreciate. And if you're new on my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing the management of stomach ulcer. How do you manage stomach ulcer? So stomach ulcer is also known as gastric ulcer and is a painful sore on the stomach lining. So the thing is, our stomach is protected by a thick layer of mucus. So this thick layer of mucus protects our stomach from what we call the digestive acid or the digestive juice. So when this thick layer of mucus, when they are no longer sufficient enough for it to protect our stomach, the digestive acid begin to feed on our stomach lining, creating sores on our stomach lining. And what really causes this stomach ulcer? There are so many causes of stomach ulcer, but there are three major causes. The first one is a bacterium known as the Helicobacter pylori, popularly called the H.pylori, and it can be gotten through food or through contaminated food or contaminated water, and it's mostly common in areas where they don't have a proper hygiene or where they have a poor sewage system. And also overuse of what we call the NSAIDs, that's the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. Overuse of them can also lead to stomach ulcer. And the third one is the Zollinger-Ellison syndrome, which accounts for about 1% of stomach ulcer, and it is a rare condition whereby tumors develop in the small intestine, causing the stomach to produce excess acid. So what are the symptoms of stomach ulcer? So the severity of your symptoms or of the symptoms of stomach ulcer will depend on the severity of the stomach ulcer, and the most common one is the painful sensation you feel in between your chest and the abdomen. There's this painful sensation you feel, and sometimes it radiates to the back. And there are other symptoms such as heartburn, bloating, nausea and vomiting. You might also have weight loss. You might also have acid reflux and so many other symptoms. I'm going to be listing the symptoms in the description box. So how do you manage stomach ulcer? That is the key word. How do you manage stomach ulcer? The first thing first is to get a proper diagnosis. So your healthcare provider might want to diagnose you based on your medical history and the symptoms you've been having. And he or she might also go ahead as telling you to go and do some lab work. So if you want to test for H.pylori, there are three major samples they collect, or there are some the three samples they often collect is your breath, your stool, and also your blood. So because you don't have the H.pylori, or because the H.pylori doesn't show in your test results, doesn't exclude the fact that you have stomach ulcer, because I said NSAIDs can also cause stomach ulcer. So what is the proper management of stomach ulcer? As in, how do you really manage it? How do you care for your stomach ulcer if you have stomach ulcer? So the first thing is to choose a very good drug regimen. And basically there are four major drug regimen that is often prescribed, or as in mainly prescribed or mostly prescribed, anyhow you want to call it. So the first one is antibiotics, and this antibiotics is majorly used to eradicate the H.pylori in your stomach. So if H.pylori is not showing in your lab work, you don't really have to use an antibiotics. All you have to do is to use the second one I'm going to talk about, and that is the drug used in eliminating the acid in your stomach and also healing the stomach ulcer, and that is when you have the proton pump inhibitors. So the first one is the antibiotics. The second one is the proton pump inhibitors. That's the drug used to eradicate the acids and killing the stomach ulcer. And the third one is the Antacid, used in neutralizing the acids in the stomach. So now the antibiotics, there are two major antibiotics that you would use. Either you go for Amoxicillin and metronidazole, or clarithromycin and Tinidazole. That's why I called it the 4-drug regimen. But this 4-drug regimen will not be applying to you if you don't have, if the H. pylori is not showing either in your blood or your stool or your breath. So you don't need to take the antibiotics. All you need to take is the Antacid to neutralize the stomach acid, and also the proton pump inhibitor to eliminate the stomach acid and also to heal the stomach ulcer. There are also some lifestyle changes that you would have to improve on. The first one is to limit your spicy food. If you're the type that likes to eat pepper, you have to limit it. So try to eat more of bland food majorly. Then also limit your intake of acid. So you have to stop eating food that contains acid, like beans, and also fruits like orange that has citric acid in them, and also pineapple. You have to limit them. And also, if you're managing any type of pain, you have to switch to a milder one like paracetamol and muscle relaxants like ofenadrine. And if you're a chronic drinker or you like to take alcohol, you have to reduce your alcohol intake or you stop it completely. And if you're a chronic smoker, you have to stop smoking. So what supplements is best for managing stomach ulcer? What kind of supplements? What supplements can you use, or what supplements should you use rather? So probiotics can help to reduce the amount of H. pylori in the stomach. So you have to search for strains like lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium to help to manage your stomach ulcer. And also zinc has also been shown to help manage stomach ulcer. So thank you so much for watching. If you're a returning subscriber, please continue to support me, continue to share my videos, and keep your comments coming. I really appreciate them. And if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and keep supporting me as well. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep commenting. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.